Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode I am going to be hopefully lowering my car a bit more and, well, making the ride that slight bit better. As you can see yourself, it has already been lowered. It is currently running 35mm drop springs, but I'm under the impression that my front shocks have potentially gone. I'm not 100% sure. It just seems to be sat a lot lower at the front than it is at the back. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've bought myself a set of these Pro Sport coilovers. I've heard mixed reports on them, but majority of them being good. So I'm going to give them a shot. Anyway, I'm waiting on my friend Graham to come around and give me a hand, because I personally have not fitted coilovers to a car yet, so I'd rather have someone with me that has done it before and fitted many different types of lowering systems for his cars in the past, including cutting springs, I'm led to imagine. Not one to advise doing that, but if they currently don't sell any springs or lowering equipment for your car, I suppose there's only one way to go about doing it, isn't there really? Well, you can see the boxes come quite well packaged. Let's have a look at what they give you. I just can't wait to have the adjustability on adjusting your ride height and getting it ready for track and all that jazz. It should be quite good. Right then, there's one shock. Looking at it, I believe that this one's for the rear. Let's lay it out while I find out what it's for. So yeah, I believe that one's for the rear, because the rear is separate springs onto struts. So here's the first spring. I believe, yeah, that one's for the rear. There's another spring next to it. That's a top rubber mount, which is the adjustability looking at it, because you can see the threads. So yeah, there's two of them. Do I hear the bolts in there? Nope, it must be in the next layer down. So yeah, there's the two tops. Just so I get ready for later. There's the two springs, I believe are for the rear. Oh, there's the other one. So yeah, that's got to be for the rear. Right, that's the rear unpacked, kinda. Let's have a look in here what we got left. Two smaller boxes, which I'm guessing is going to be the struts for the front. Looking at them. There we go. They weigh a ton. Right, looking at it. Can't put it down anywhere, which is really annoying. Let's put it on the floor. Oh. Alright, so you have to recycle your original top mounts off of your car and the front. And that's the adjustability down there. Like I say, I'm a complete and a novice to this, so I'm going to wait for my friend to come and give me a hand. But I'm going to start stripping down the engine so we can get to the top mounts on the front. The rear is normally quite easy, if I remember rightly, doing the springs to get to. You literally just drop the rear axle, springs will fall out, put the new ones in and the new struts in, and that should be it really. Well, that is if all goes to plan. Okay then guys, so that is everything removed to get to the top mounts. I had to take out my headlights, you have to take out your wiper blades, you have to take out your scuttle tray, you have to take out, well in my case I had to take out strut brace. But yeah, I'm now waiting on Graham, and hopefully he should be here in a minute and we can get started. I'm probably going to start off by We're probably just going to start from the front, I'd have thought, and work our way back. That way when he's doing the rear end, I'll be putting the front end back together, and hopefully it should save us a bit of time because, let's face it, we don't really want to be here all night. The sun is going down. I do only have limited lighting in here. It's not the best. So yeah, fingers crossed he turns up very soon and we can make a start. Right then guys, it looks like I've finally been joined by Graham.
Hello.
And look at this absolute monstrosity he's brought out of him today. Is it big enough? I thought you were used to lowering cars, not hiring them.
Felt like change.
At least you cleaned it before you came out. That makes a nice change.
Drove through a bush.
You drove it through a bush. Okay. So I've already come across my first issue, and that was I've seemed to have one nicely rounded off wheel nut. So cheers to the guys. The last time they changed my tyres, they rounded off a wheel nut for me that I wasn't aware about.
Fixing it.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Looks like he's going to go and fix the wheel nut. I think he's brought enough tools with him to help me out. There's only one way to find out. Oh dear. So I've loosened that side. I just need to get this side loosened. I think we're going to start on the rear. You've seen that I've taken my engine apart so we can get to the front top mounts.
Should be good.
So yeah, let's get this all underway. Okay, so with a tap of a hammer and a blast from an impact, that's the rounded off one off, sorted. Now, where did I put it to? Somewhere over here, wasn't it? Where'd it go?
There.
The rounded one. Yeah! Yeah, to whoever changed my tyres on my rear last time, thank you very much. Looks like I need to get that one sorted. Gonna have to go back on for now though, I'm afraid. So yeah, let's have a look at... is it really that... Well, they're talk to spec, aren't they?
That one is.
Yay, one tight wheel nut. Doesn't that fill you with confidence? Ford life.
Yeah, we're doing them up properly.
Yeah, so we're going to get these back wheels off, probably get it on axle stands, and then we'll show you how to go about taking the rear off. Okay, so the standard setup, as you can see, we've got the normal strut here. And where's the upgraded one? It's over there by your legs, isn't it? Ugh.
One here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've got one rear ready to go. So what's your views on these then? These coilovers?
They're not bad, to be honest. I ran them on a VW Corrado. Pretty good on that.
Yeah,
Ran well.
it's not bad on budget really then.
Spot on for the money.
Are they harsher or what?
They will be firmer. They're going to give a much firmer ride than standard. But it's going to handle better.
That's what we're aiming for doing. It's all well and good having the power. You just got to have the handling to help it on its way, really. You can see I've already upgraded the hell lines, well, the brake lines to hell down at Unit 5 Motorsport. And you'll notice these springy boys in the background. These are H&R 35mm drop springs. So they'll probably be up for sale shortly. Hit me up if you want a set of those. I have no idea on the condition of them yet. They've only been on about a year, so I'll give them a clean up and I'll put them on the market for sale if they are worth selling. Because if they're cracked or something daft, I'll bin them because I'm not putting my name to some load of rubbish. So yeah, that's all this side off and all on axle stands. Always worth doing. The easiest way to jack the rear end of your car up, no, I'm not recommending it, but it is the easiest way. Send it in the middle of your rear beam and it just goes up. So yeah, there's a little tip of the day. Right, we're going to get these the suspension on now by dropping the rear strut and going from there. Okay, so we've come across a little trouble. The bottoms of the cups that the springs sit on have these little, as I say, cups in. They don't quite fit the bottoms of the adjusters, so we've had to take the top off. And Graham's now sawing into the sides just to make it sit in. Because obviously, if this sits metal on metal, down the bottom down there, it's going to be making one hell of a creaking noise when you're driving along, which is not ideal. So we're trying to modify the cups that came standard with it to take it. The weight of the car should sit it in there fully once the springs are on. But yeah, job should be a good one. And how's that looking?
Just like that.
Snug as a bug. So yeah, metal on metal's never good. So we've had to modify the cups. And this is kind of turning into nearly a how-to, isn't it?
We don't like saying that.
We don't like saying that though. But yeah, the only issues we get is trying to get a socket on the top here of the actual struts itself. It's proving to be a bit of a pig. But as you're just trying to remember now how to remove these panels to drop the carpet so we can get in there. As it stands, it could be a late night.
Hopefully not. I've got work at 6.
But yeah. So then that's a little update as we're going so far. We've not even looked at the front yet, ever since I've stripped it all down to get to the bolts at the top. We've got compressor springs and all sorts to get them into place. So yeah, light is dropping. So please excuse if the footage now becomes a little bit hit and miss, because we have a race against time. Because as you can imagine, he's got work tomorrow. I just want to lie in. And yeah, hopefully we can get this done.
Right, so we've got the old ones out, the H&R 35mm drops, and we've got the new coilover springs. See, white a bit thicker metal, it's going to be harsher, but it's going to stop body rolls, it's going to give you more handling.
Yeah, ideal.
Alright,
So we're getting there.
so get them on and hopefully get these rear shocks changed as well.
So then guys, we got stuck, right? So we watched we watched a how-to video on YouTube, as you do, you know. Turns out what we've been doing in the boot is a complete and utter waste of time. What have you got to say about that? On every other car, to take the top struts out, you go through the boot and they just drop down afterwards. It turns out you've got to go underneath the arch, follow the strut up, and then just whack out 2 bolts from underneath there. So I'm going to put the boot back together now, and Graham is going to get the struts out the back. So we've wasted a good, what, probably half an hour, 45 minutes? Easily? Yeah, just trying to get out. So far, as a video, this has been an absolute and utter fail. But we've still got to fit it. We've adjusted pieces so far that wouldn't fit. But yeah, so yeah, we're running out of even more light now. Not that it's a race against time already anyway. But if it does get too dark, come outside here. I know I've got lights on in the workshop, but they are pretty pants. Graham's got a little bit of a light bar, which he's going to shine in on the workshop. And if that doesn't light things up, I'll probably go blind. So yeah, I'm going to jump back in there, give him another hand. I'm going to start putting the boot back together again, because I don't really want to be here all night putting stuff back together. And we'll crack on. Okay then, let's have a look. We have the rear on. We just obviously need to put the wheels on. But yeah, you got your new spring in place. You got the strut in place. Better light. Oh, get on. New light and everything. Bit of light. Wow, I'm being treated today.
You've got some luxury.
So yeah, the struts in place, springs in place. You can see, I don't know how well you can see, but we got the plastic sheath in there that we chopped up. And it's exactly the same on the other side. It really did just go back together like a jigsaw puzzle, which is ideal. We've got it on the highest setting at the moment. Admittedly, we'll probably get around to adjusting it, depending on how it falls. But we're playing it safe, because I don't really want to send my wheels and tyres through the roof of my car. I don't know how low these are going to go, but we're going to get just a nice comfy ride height, even though those shocks feel stiff as anything compared to the standards. So yeah, that's the rear done. Let's just get these wheels back on and have a little look. So that's the backs back on. We've started on the front now. I've already undone the bits from the top up here. As you can see, it's all stripped out, ready to go. You've got to remove a lot to get up here. Graham's making a start down here. That's how it all looks. The original strut. It's that box there next to his hand, is built there from factory for balancing. Oh, it's time for some weight reduction, don't you say?
Yeah. I'm not allowed to cut that out though, am I?
No, you're not chopping it out. I've got to keep that for spares just in case these go a bit peaked-on.
Where's the new one?
Yeah, closer inspection on my tyres. Safe to say I need to get some new ones. I'm down to the warning lines, and my camber kind of needs looking at. Oh well. Oh, don't drop the new shiny light. Oh. So yeah, we're going to get this one. That's the new shiny boy. And there's a spring for it down there. So
All the way down?
all the way down. No, I don't have a BMW, mate. Race car, yeah?
Spoil.
Sport. But yeah, we're going to go about doing this now. The sun has gone down.
It'll be alright.
It's going to be a late one. Not that we want it to be a late one, but oh well. And so let's see how this one turns out. Okay then guys, like anything that's project-wise, it never all runs smooth, let's face it.
Nope.
We got it all dropped down. We got it all lined up on the front. And here we go, here's the issue. Can you see where my drop link's meant to go? And can you see where the drop link is? Looks like I'm placing an order to get some adjustable drop links because as it stands, I cannot put my front coil over on because that is far too long for what I need. So I'm going to leave the rear as it is, all ready to go. But for the time being, I'm going to have to whip this strut out with Graham now. Put the original one back in with the original spring. Order these new drop links and come back at another time. So we're going to pick the video up next when I've got some new adjustable drop links. And yeah, shame really, but hey, we always come across little snags like this. Nothing ever runs smoothly. So I'm surprised we made it this far, to be honest.
It happens.
I'm just a little bit gutted, to be fair. But hey ho, we'll pick this video up.
It'll go on and it'll be me.
Exactly. And what was it you said about adjustable drop links? You can adjust it then to your anti-roll bar to make the ride as hard or as soft as you really want it.
It gives you a little bit of adjustability on the strength of your anti-roll bar, so help out with a little bit of adjustability.
So that should help anyway towards the handling. And with this being, well, it's going to be a bit of a beast to handle. I hate using that term, but it is going to be a little monster. When I finish building this thing up to how I want it to be able to handle it. So all in all, it's for the best. So I'm going to end the video here and I'm going to pick it up by magic, by the power of YouTube. You'll be seeing me with some new adjustable drop links in my hands any second now. Okay then guys, after yesterday, I slept on it, as you can imagine. And both me and Graham were very tired, to say the least. It was a long old day for both of us. Especially him, as he did have work, so mistakes were starting to happen. I would be lying if I said otherwise. I've come back up to the workshop with the car after putting it all together, riding it home standard. And, well, I've realised that you do not need adjustable drop links because, as I just said, I was very tired. We didn't really, let's face it, we didn't really want to be here yesterday. It was one of those days, you know, when you're working on your car and you just don't want to be there. Sadly, we were both ill. So, yeah, let me show you now how I've gone about doing the first one. The drop link just sat in perfectly after getting the jack underneath it and just jacking up the disc into position. So I'm going to turn the camera around now to show you guys what I mean. But yeah, we were tired, so please let us off. So yeah, there you go. There's the first one in on the front. The drop link sits in nicely up there. And from what I have got all the suspension though on the highest setting. I will tweak it at a later date. But just to make it easier, I have got it all on the highest setting. Because I generally don't know how low this is going to go when all the wheels are on and how it's going to sit. I know it needs bedding in. But as I say, I genuinely don't have the foggiest of how low this thing's going to go. So yeah, please bear with. And yeah, let's get on and do the other side, and I hopefully should get some decent shots of it sat down on its springs. When I say springs, I mean coilovers, my bad, as this is, well, it's not turning into a how-to, let's face it. It's me fitting Pro Sport coilovers to this little ST. Okay then guys, that's all the sides on now, front and back. And bearing in mind what I'm about to show you is it on its highest setting. So yeah, if you do go about installing the Pro Sport coilovers, bear in mind what I'm about to show you is on its highest setting. You can see that it's plenty low enough at the front, my honest opinion. Like I say, this is on the highest setting of it. The shocks are a lot harder than standard, so it does handle a lot better. I've just given it a blast around the block, and yeah, it definitely handles a lot better with stiffer shocks and springs. But yeah, you can see there is a slight gap, but that is just to make way if you put a lot of weight in your boot. If you don't, well, then lower it some more. I tend to put a lot of weight in there down to work. I carry a lot of knives and catering equipment around with me, so for that reason I'm going to keep it slightly raised. But you can see how damn close it is to the arches here at the front. Just enough room for it to turn, but you cannot get fingers under there. It's not rubbing at all, I have tested it, but it does get a little bit sketchy around the bumps of the lanes around Devon. Being a country boy that I am, if you can't tell by the accent. But yeah, all in all, I'm fairly happy with it. These are budget coilovers, they're nothing expensive, they're nothing stupid money like you can get. How long they'll last, I do not know, but I'm going to run them for the meantime. But yeah, from what I can tell now, I am very happy with what I've achieved with Graham and myself. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I had every intention to make a how-to video on this, but let's face it, this is probably the furthest thing from a how-to video. Like I say, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me carry on building this thing up. Hopefully I'll be aiming for more power soon. Like anything, it is down to money and budget. Sadly, I've had a lot of expenses this month, as well as being off ill. It's not exactly helped. So like I say, guys, thanks for watching. Please punch that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you all soon.